Hello students, welcome back. Today we will start our new chapter, Unit 15, Polymers. You know about polymers. You are using so many polymers in your day-to-day life, like bucket you are using at home, cup, saucer, melamine, dinner set, automobile accessories, and so many things you are using at your home which are made up of polymers. Polymers are the backbone of so many major large industries like elastomers, paints, varnishes, plastic industries. These are the polymers are the backbone of these industries. So today we will see what is polymer. I am defining the polymer. Polymers are the high molecular mass macromolecules. Macromolecules means big molecules formed by the combination of large number of simple repeating structural units called monomers. Monomers are joined by the covalent bond. It means in polymers monomers, so many monomers, about 100 to 1000 monomers are joined together to form macromolecules. For example, and the process is known as polymerization. For example, ethene. Ethene is a gas. On polymerization at 350 to 570 Kelvin temperature, it forms polythene. So polythene, about 1000 units of monomers are joined together. Now classification of polymers. Classification of polymers. First classification is classification based on the source. Source means from where we are getting the polymers. First classification is natural polymer. The name itself suggests that they are found in nature, mostly in plants and animals. For example, proteins, natural rubber, starch, cellulose, these are the natural polymers. Second one is semi-synthetic polymers. Semi-synthetic polymers are obtained by making some modification in natural polymer by artificial means. For example, nitrocellulose, cellulose acetate. The cellulose acetate, commonly you know it by rayon, etc. These are the semi-synthetic polymers. Third one is synthetic polymers. Man-made polymers prepared in the laboratory are called synthetic polymers. For example, polythene, polyvinyl chloride, vinyl chloride, Teflon, nylon, etc. Now we will classification based on structure. Based on the structure, polymers are of three types. First one is linear polymers. Linear polymers consist of long and straight chain. For example, high density polythene, polyvinyl chloride, nylon, etc. These are the examples of linear polymers. See here, linear polymers, simply linear chain structure. Now branched chain polymers. These polymers contain linear chain having some branches. See here, this is the linear chain but consists of some branches. This is called branch chain polymer. For example, low density polythene, glycogen, etc. Now third is cross-linked polymers. This type of polymers, linear polymer chains, are joined together to form three-dimensional network structure. See here, linear chains are joined together to form three-dimensional structure. For example, bakelite, melamine, etc. Now, third classification is classification based on mode of polymerization. There are two types of polymerization on the basis of mode of polymerization. First one is addition polymers and another one is condensation polymers. So first one, addition polymers. Addition polymers are formed by repeating addition of same or different monomer molecules. It means two or more than two monomers are joined together, simply addition takes place. So monomers used are here unsaturated compounds. For example, polythene, buna, S, etc. If the repeating unit are derived from same monomer, so that is called homopolymer. See here, what is homopolymer? Whose repeating unit are derived from one type of monomer only. It means either 1000 units are adding, then also they are derived from a single monomer. For example, polythene, all the structural units are derived from ethene only. So this is known as homopolymer. Copolymer, whose repeating units, this is also a type of addition polymer, but it is called copolymer when repeating units are derived from two or more type of monomers. For example, in buna S there are two monomers are there. So 1,3-butadiene one monomer and another monomer is styrene. So we will get the repeating units from 1,3-butadiene as well as from styrene. Now second type is condensation polymers. These polymers are formed by repeated condensation reaction between different bifunctional or trifunctional monomers unit with elimination of small molecules such as water, alcohol, hydrochloric acid, etc. For example, nylon 6. Here the process occurs is condensation reaction and a small molecule is eliminated. Now, so this is the second type of classification based on the mode of polymerization. Now, next is classification based on molecular forces. First one is elastomers. Forces between molecules, based on that the polymers having weakest intermolecular force. Intermolecular means force between two molecules. Intermolecular force of attraction between the polymer chain. So here the force of attraction is weak. Due to weak force of attraction, it can be stretched. So which help here few cross-link polymers are introduced in between the chain. Why few cross-link polymers are introduced? So that this polymer regain their shape. It means they come back to their original position. They come back to their original position only due to the presence of cross-link polymers between them. So as a result of this, they possesses elastic character. Elasticity you know very well. For example, buna S, buna N, neoprene, etc. Next type of classification based on the molecular force is fibers. These are the polymers having strong intermolecular force between the molecules. For example, the force of attraction such as hydrogen bond or dipole-dipole interaction. These molecules are long thread-like structure. Hence they are called fibers. For example, nylon 6 is terylene, etc. Now, third type of classification based on molecular force is thermoplastic. These polymers are having intermolecular force of attraction intermediate between elastomers and fibers. These are linear or slightly branched chain and capable of softening on heating. If we will heat them, so they will become soft, and when they become cool, they become again harder. For example, polythene, polystyrene, etc. The fourth type is thermosetting polymers. These are the polymers having cross-linked or heavy branched molecule, which on heating undergoes extensive or cross-linking in molds and infusible. and cannot be reshaped. For example, bakelite, etc. Now next topic is types of polymerization. There are two types of polymerization: addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. First one is addition polymerization. Addition polymerization involves successive addition of monomer unit to the growing chain carrying reactive intermediate such as free radical. Here two monomer units are simply adding without elimination of any molecule, and this occurs in the chain step and through the mechanism of free radical mechanism. So we will see the mechanism of addition reaction, free radical polymerization. For example, polymerization of ethene. You know that addition reaction is given by unsaturated compound. So in the polymerization of ethene, there are three steps of free radical polymerization. First step is chain initiation step. In chain initiation step, benzoyl peroxide undergoes homolytic fission to form free radicals. See here, this is benzoyl peroxide undergoes homolytic fission to form benzoyl peroxide free radical and further form phenyl free radical. So the phenyl free radical attacks on ethene and forms this free radical. So here chain starts. Now the next step is chain propagation step. In chain propagation step, this free radical formed combines with ethene to form free radical, and this free radical here on CH2, this free radical is present, and this is the monomer unit, repeating monomer unit. So chain is propagating. It means reaction is propagating. Now third one is chain terminating step. In chain terminating step, two free radical combines together. See here, 2C6H5, these are the free radical. Two free radicals combine and the polythene is formed. So this is the mechanism of polymerization of ethene. Now next type of polymerization reaction is condensation polymerization reaction. It involves a series of independent reactions or steps. Each step involves the condensation between two bifunctional monomers. Bifunctional monomers means the monomers having two binding sites. They are called bifunctional monomers. So there is a condensation between two bifunctional monomers. In this reaction, the product of each step is again bifunctional species. First step product is bifunctional species. Second step product is also bifunctional species. And the sequence of condensation goes on. Continuously condensation reaction takes place. Since each step produces distinct functionalized species and is independent of each other, so this process is known as step growth polymerization. Here the product of two steps is the distinct bifunctional species, and any two step is independent of each other. That's why they are called step growth polymers. For example, formation of pterylene or dacron. See here, ethane 1,2-diol, which is commonly known as ethylene glycol, is the monomer, and terephthalic acid, benzene 1,4-dicarboxylic acid, this is another monomer. When they react with each other, so they combine with each other, here the elimination of a small molecule takes place and the pterylene or dacron is formed. Now it is time for homework. You have to write the definition of terms used in the chapter, like definition of polymer, copolymer, elastomers, all the definitions of the terms used in the chapter, and you have to write the difference between thermoplastic and thermosetting polymer, and difference between addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. In my next